back, and we had another wonderful Skype crash. However, fortunately, we were able to recover most of the audio. There's just a couple words cut off the Skype crash, so we're going to continue. Joining us now that we're over the break, we have Sir Xepharon the Prepared.
Hello.
Squato is not picking up. We're continue working on him. He should be back shortly. In any case, okay, there you go. So, we were talking about Final Fantasy for the iPhone. I'm enjoying it immensely. You almost didn't get me for the podcast because of it. So, Zeph, you were going to say something?
Yes, we are recording.
Good.
Xepharon? Oh.
So prepared, wake up.
IceTigerLily, you're there, right? Hello?
Hello? I can hear you, Homer.
Yeah, I'm here, sorry. I had to poof for a minute.
Ahaha.
You had to what for a minute?
Poof! Vanish!
Okay.
Sorry, I
Go up in a cloud of smoke.
mental image there.
Let's do another sound check. Okay, America 1, here.
British one, here.
British 2, here.
America 2.5 here.
Oi! And that would be Australia. Okay.
Can someone please make a joke about Skype taking over the world is even worse than Google doing so?
We'll do
You
it
just have.
Oh! It's not Skynet, it's SkypeNet!
Ah!
Actually, you know what? That would explain Terminator Salvation.
Why are we not recording this yet?
We are recording.
Oh, we are. Excellent.
In fact, I'm not even gonna edit any of this out. Let's just roll with it. This is awesome. Okay.
I would agree, but I had to miss all this epicness, I'm afraid.
Power of pun, go!
Yes.
By your forces combined, we are epicness! Whatever you want to do, Captain Planet
By the
joke.
powers combined, I am Captain Punnet.
Captain Planet, he's the hero.
Gonna make puns and kill you all with his knife. Sorry, that was me.
Has everybody seen The Man Your Man Could Smell Like?
I'm on a horse.
You know what? That actually is one take. You can tell it is one take. You have to be very careful, but you can tell it is.
It is,
one, yeah.
And I know this because Leo Laporte on the Twit Network did a special. You can find it on YouTube of the making of The Man Your Man Could Smell Like. He brought in a couple of the guys who, took the idea from start to finish. They're the writers. They worked with the director. They were on set for 3 days while they were taking, apparently, over 56 takes just trying to get it right.
No, crap. Drop my phone. I'm sorry.
I'm the man you man can smell like, and I'm on a horse.
As someone that's done a bit of marketing, I reckon this is beyond brilliant. Partly with the way they've done it's how skilled it is. But the thing that really makes it brilliant is the fact that they're not selling it at the man. It's aimed at the female. It's aimed at the guy's life.
So they do it all in one take.
I like the fact it's aimed at people who have short attention spans.
I'm on a horse.
No, well, that's the catch. That's the catch.
Diamonds!
Wait, it's aimed at people with short attention spans? I really need to... Whoa, shiny.
No. That's stuff.
I need to take a look at it.
This is not aimed at people with short attention span. That's people are going to be talking about. They know this is going to be a big hit on the internet and things like that. But this is really aimed at women. This is aimed at the women in the guy's life because they want them to make the man decide to follow this product just from this ad. Because
so basically, they're telling women. They're telling women. So basically, they're telling women to make the decision for the man, like women have been doing since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
We do have the genetic lady
But-
trying to talk here. What was that, IceTigerLily?
Oh, hi.
Oh, wow, this is a great
The
introduction.
one with
Everyone's like, oh, hi, chick.
it's like estrogen power up.
Wait,
Oh my god, a girl!
Girl,
Girl on the internet, a real girl!
Yes, not a guy in real life.
Continue, sorry.
No, I absolutely love the advert. It's just like, it's not just because of the fact that, it's aimed at women trying to get the guys to buy Old Spice or anything like that. But also it's just, you can tell it's a big hit on the internet when he says, the tickets are now diamonds. He's got the Dan Green epic voice going on.
I could probably totally do that.
Could I have some change for my laundry?
I've got to hear this now. I've got to hear this. I got to see if I can impersonate it, like everything else.
Oh, you're gonna have a very hard time with this one, trust me.
I don't know. I mean, I can pull off the Homer voice half-assed decently.
This is true.
See?
Okay,
I have heard it.
So,
Oh my
And
god.
the Homer laugh. The Homer laugh even.
Oh, I'm sorry, but why I'm kind of laughing is just because I'm going to admit this. MDM, for the entire occasion we've been recording this, he's been desperately trying to get onto the Bunnycast. He has no topic, there's nothing he wants to talk about. Why? He just wants to be on it. This is, I'm saying to everyone, if you want to be on the Bunnycast, please, for the love of God, have a topic. Have something interesting to talk about. And just for the love of God, just to make it interesting. Just wanting to be there, no.
yes.
I say that because I'm the one that actually
Wait, what? I missed
to
it.
answer all last questions.
I was a special case. I mean, it was like, hey, do you want to be on the podcast? Because we're talking about something. Hey, you want to be on the podcast? It'd be a really interesting thing. Sure.
Yeah, no, I had a topic in mind when I was going.
What
When
was
I did that with some particular.
What were we
Okay,
talking about at the time when you threw that at me? I was like, the first time. What was?
Boomerangs.
I cannot remember. It's not boomerangs. It was not boomerangs. It was
Are you
wallabies.
certain?
Wallabies.
Wallabies.
Well, yeah, in the case
We're going to make fun of Squato now.
in the case of ITL, yes, there was originally a purpose, but today has just been a massively huge clusterfuck.
We're bunnies.
Also the
What's-
usual.
No, please, no.
We're bunnies. Who needs a purpose?
Say that again?
Please know what this purpose was, because I was getting really paranoid about it.
I said we're bunnies. That out the window a long time ago.
Squato, what was that? I can't even remember.
My
Making
case.
Killerfish feel uncomfortable, at least. I don't know.
My
So you think
my
that putting
case
me in the same
stands.
podcast with my ex-girlfriend will make me uncomfortable, hey?
It's
We could
not
always
your
do
ex-girlfriend
ex-girlfriend in
because... No, she's not your ex-girlfriend because you're the evil... You're Dark Killerfish. You're
Yes, I'm Dark Killerfish. I'm not Darkid, who is the
Okay,
real Killerfish.
Well, in that case, the girlfriend that you've been stalking and trying to capture and whatnot, but also in the same chat thing with Arnold Snape.
Yes, Arnold, how are our preparations going?
They're very good.
Ah!
The preparations are good.
Okay,
11% complete.
before this dies a horrible, flaming, screaming death, let's move on to webcomic
It
review.
already got to me.
Let's talk
Okay,
about...
hold on. Let me find the webcomic that I actually read through the other night, and while you guys go ahead and talk about yours.
Good, okay. IceTigerLily, please tell me you have one.
Have one what?
A webcomic
web-
Okay, moving on. I am reviewing a comic called Gene's Journal. That is spelled GENE''S Journal. So, the website is www.genesjournal.com. No apostrophes, hyphens, punctuation of any sort. The comic is about I want to say, perhaps 10-year-old boy, somewhere in grade school. His name is Gene Roddenberry. He goes to school to learn from Miss Chapel, his teacher.
Wait a sec. Isn't Gene Roddenberry an author of a book? Oh crap! I got a phone call. I'll mute my microphone.
Fail.
Is Gene Roddenberry an author of a book called Oh Crap, I've Got a Phone Call?
Quick,
Best
Google
title ever.
Oh, crap, I've got a phone call book.
That's going on my list of songs to play. Oh crap, I've got a phone call song. It's right up there with Get On With Your Lives.
Okay, let's see. No book by that title, but there is an interesting... oh crap, I have a crush on Sarah Palin.blogspot.com.
I come back to my headphones on. I put my headphones back on just to hear Homer say that he's got a crush on Palin. What?
That's the name of a blog. It's Oh crap, I have a crush on Sarah Palin. So getting back to the
And
webcomic
proof of Deaf
review.
America is how far away yet still?
Oh, okay. Wow.
Right,
So,
moving on.
I don't know what to say.
Getting back to the webcomic review. So, Gene Roddenberry, the kid who goes to class with Miss Chapel, his teacher, has amusing events occur in his life, such as being abducted by aliens.
Hooray!
Yay!
Playing
And
children's party. No, sorry, that's something else.
these aliens, they basically make his life very, very interesting. And you see very cute little homages to Star Trek throughout the entirety of the thing. It's one of
Yes,
those
if you hadn't
things,
picked up that this is a reference.
it's one of those things where the artist and author are very clearly hiding behind the parody clause of copyright and trademark, because there are so many times when they could, if the lawyers had an in to get this shut down, they probably would, because lawyers. But it is such a fantastic, amusing parody of Star Trek and Gene Roddenberry. It becomes highly recommended. Go read it. Gene'sJournal.com.
It almost, the way you're making it
So
sound.
So was I
almost-
right, or was I
You were
or
wrong.
was I completely misconceived? Completely
Wrong.
Moving on!
See, I knew-
Moving
I knew his name
on!
was familiar.
You're
wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Oh, I'm wrong. Oh, I'm wrong. I don't know what to do. Oh, what if I was wrong, and what if it happened to you? I would just
Okay,
be
shut
wrong, and so I'm incorrect.
Killerfish, go!
I was going to
I
say
am
is-
reviewing
I was
the
totally about to
webcomic-
burst into my musical number.
I'm reviewing the webcomic known as The Legend of Bill. That is www.legendofbill.com. Because as the evil Killerfish, I have in fact actually prepared for the podcast. Gasp in wonder.
How's that any different than usual?
Because shut up. Right. Right, this particular webcomic is about a person who is an intern in an accounting department who's decided to give up that life and become a barbarian adventurer. Yeah,
That's due.
as you do. And his
He's surprisingly healthy for a former accountant. Go on.
yes, and his sidekick, the obligatory miniature dragon, Frank. Yes, Frank. And they
So is this like just the comic of generic names so far? Because
sort of.
I mean, okay, do tell. I'm sorry, I need to quit interrupting.
It's funny to watch them blunder through an adventure like they have no idea what they're doing. So pretty much like any other role player then. It's funny. It has its poignant moments and drama. And no, I'm lying. It's all just basically jokes and fun. And go read it. I like it. So it's
Now, I'm gonna throw this out here, and Killerfish, tell me if you agree. But when I'm reading this, Bill, in my mind, and this progressed, and I started reading it, and I realized by about, I want to say, the 20th comic in, I had automatically assigned to Bill, what's his name? Peter Griffin's voice from the Family
Oh
Guy.
yes,
Seth MacFarlane.
I was thinking.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, and
I tell you, I can
Same
impersonate
thing.
voices.
and Frank the Dragon has
Brian.
Yes, and it's like it's so perfectly. If you read the comic using Peter and Brian's voices in the place of Bill and Frank, it fits so
I'm
perfectly.
I'm looking up the comic right now because I actually can legitimately impersonate those voices. Legend, what'd you say, legendofbill.com?
Legendofbill.com.
Yes.
All one word.
.com. Okay, the little blue dragon thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, God. Yeah, I can totally do this.
Okay, let's go. Go. Do it.
Bill, why?
One of the comics.
I'm doing it. The most recent page, I guess the one that I just landed on when I said legendofbill.com. Bill, do we have to stop at every tavern we come across on our quest? Frank, each tavern gives us a real-life glimpse at the local culture of each town we visit. You mean a glimpse at every bar wench in every town we visit. Hello, culture!
Yes! Win! Oh, we have a win on our hands, people! Oh, yes. If there's ever an animated version, you have to be the voice!
I am, like, the voice of many things.
Oh, so...
Even the voice of Homer.
Do it.
I don't know if I can do it today.
We're drifting.
Do it.
I'm cold today. I can't do it.
Okay. Thank you, Killerfish. Thank you, Xepharon.
I'm evil. I've got to tell us when we're drifting.
Okay.
Well, pretty much if it's the male cast of Family Guy, I could pretty much do it, except for Joe. I don't know why I can't do Joe.
Okay, so...
Even Quagmire, even Cleveland. Anyway, yeah.
Squato, go.
One thing I was going to quickly add really first was with your point with Gene's journal, was the way you made that sound, it made me remember of that Star Wars fan film, what was it? George Lucas in Love.
Oh, yeah. Very, very good. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. It's kind of a similar sort of homage. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, because the way you described it made me think exactly that. It's like, Jesus, like someone did the webcomic version of it.
That's
George
absolutely an
Lucas in Love.
Oh,
Is that?
Don't tell me you haven't seen that.
It's on YouTube. Just
Yeah, it's a short
go
film.
watch it.
Absolutely worth seeing.
I was just saying, it
That's
just kind of makes me think of what if he did something along the lines of the Shakespeare? I mean, we wouldn't have Midsummer's Night's Dream. We'd have a Mid-Death Star Night's Destruction or some shit. I'm coming up at the top of this off the top of my head, so you have to bear with me.
So Squato, go.
Okay, webcomic I'm reviewing is Hello, my name is Fifine, or whatever it's pronounced. Shut up, MDM. Basically, this one, yeah, as I said, annoying and hilarious. With this one, Fifine, whatever, it's... I will admit, I'll cut straight to the point and say the art style is just the strongest point you're going to reference. If anyone has ever read any of the Tintin books, you will immediately know the style.
Oh, like the Adventures of Tintin?
Yes.
Doggy. Yeah, I remember watching that on cartoons on Saturday morning. And Nickelodeon.
I remember even collecting the books in the back in the day. But yeah, it's that style. It's this person that creates this comic. They're going for that exact style, and the humor, the storytelling, the pacing. It's all realistically, well, in many ways, it's just basically a huge homage to that style of work. And you can see the influence that has had on this person, so much so they've created this story with it. What might have a bit of issue with people is, and I will say this one that came from a recommendation given to me is, yes, they use Amphro characters in it.
I was going to say, Tintin furries.
Pretty much.
Really?
Furries, and the main character is a vixen.
I am definitely interested
that's
now.
why Squato is reading it.
No, that's...
And why I'm going to read it.
As I said, it was someone through this statement going, read this now. Why? Read it. Okay. And actually, it's an enjoyable story. it's in its second story. The first story is about, or the first book, I should say, was about 150, 160 or so pages. And it basically wraps in this really great amount of world building about what's taking place. And it seems to be vaguely set between the 1930s to the 1960s. And the first one is about Xepharon, who was this character who came lives in Europe in a country vaguely around German, France, Belgium way, or either in those countries. It sometimes changes. She's a reporter, and there's this...
Gosh, that doesn't sound like Tintin at all. A reporter in a vaguely European country?
And there's a threat of a war about to break out, they actually reference World War One previously, and the events that take place, all these characters, which is a bit more stronger than what they did see in Tintin, which he never actually referenced those events, especially when he discontinued the Bolshevik stuff, and when he went to the Congo.
Well, I do have to say about the website design, it looks like it's just straight out of the 1990s.
Yeah, pretty much.
For those of you who would like to view the comic, it is at http.
How do you spell that? How do you spell that?
You have to use the phoneme keyboard.
Let's see. It's not coming up with anything, Homer. Try again.
http://fine.pursia.com. So fifine.persia.com.
Dash comics dash.
Yeah.
PRRSAIA or just IA?
PRRSIA.
Okay, yeah, because I actually threw an A in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Had to come
But
find
yeah,
it.
yeah. But as the story itself, as I said, the first one, they're going for reporting stuff, and she's on a challenge to try and discover the true history and mystery behind the disappearance of mankind. There is a lot of story which does develop with this point, and as I said, I'm surprised that she was at the, I think does it. Yeah, that they're able to fit so much story and development and all this into just 150 pages. It's really masterful work that they did that, especially when it takes time to build, but my god, the payoff's really big. I'm not even going to say what happens in the end, but...
Did they use a steamroller?
Well, put it this way. They play in with the Tale of Babel.
Interesting.
So, yeah, this actually does look a lot like something out of the pre-2000 era. And at about near the middle of the page, it says, just this blinking text says, "You're no skunks allowed. And you will enjoy your visit and send money to the begin embassy near you. Remember, no question and your brain will not be stressed."
There's a comic.
Because we won't take it out of your head and stretch it.
I should totally do that in a Russian accent, or my attempt Russian accent.
Try to do a Russian accent, eh? Which is kind of a mix between
You will enjoy your visit and send your money to the Drablavian embassy near you. Remember, ask no question and your brain will not be stressed. Nah.
I love you.
That's possible.
It's fail.
I sure. There's somebody outside.
Apparently.
My minions must be calling me on a horn.
I'm just waiting for the horn to go.
We get that around here all the time.
I would laugh if you were the truth.
Okay, so IceTigerLily, do you scrambled for a comic, or should we go on to
Or we just count My Immortal as that?
Hey, Squato, shush. IceTigerLily, what was that?
Actually, I've decided I could actually talk about two different things. One, I could talk about something that I used to love, which is now a web animation series, or I could plug my friend. Which one do you want to hear?
Let's hear about your
friend.
Keep in mind,
hold on.
10 minutes over.
So considering that you're saying you can do two things, it just goes to show that women can multitask.
Yay!
I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm at the help. We love you, ITL.
Anyway, no, my friend is actually, like, she's actually behind quite a famous webcomic, I'm not sure how famous it is, called Subterfuge. I'll link you guys to it right now.
Oh.
I love the mystic
And,
voice, she says.
I don't really know much about it, if I'm honest, because I haven't actually had the time to read it. But it's very steampunky, and it's anthro. If you do like that.
You just got 75% of our audience.
And at least 10% have decided to just never take a look
It's also
at
a bit noirish. Well,
It's anthro. You have my approval.
last 25%, if it's noirish.
It is gorgeous art. I'm looking at the site now. It's
I could get lost in those eyes forever.
well, it's really beautiful, and the characters are very expressive, which is something that with anthro art you tend to lose sometimes. Oftentimes, the anthro artist is going to rely more on the animalistic traits, like wagging tails and whatnot. This very clearly expressive faces that tell you, even if you just cut the frame off so all you could see was the faces, you could see a lot of the story right there.
Just looking at the faces and everything so far, I'm going back through each individual page, but looking back at each one, if I were to not have any of the context or any of the text bubbles or anything, it almost in a way sort of reminds me of the anthro version of The Sopranos. It really does. Think about it.
I've never seen The Sopranos. That's the problem.
Actually, neither have I. I've just seen a lot of trailers.
But no,
It looks good.
Yeah, it does. I'm actually looking forward to reading this.
The comic art, as a wannabe artist myself, the art looks actually very nice. It's like Homer just said, it's very expressive on the faces, which is definitely a bigger key on telling a graphic story is, being able to convey just, exactly how each character is feeling based on even looks alone.
Yeah.
So you can do that, you got win right there. This looks like it's definitely it.
From taking a close look at the from taking a close look at the artwork, I have deduced that it's perhaps drawn on a tablet.
Yes.
It looks like a very
well. At least last time I checked, she used a tablet.
Well, hey, you know what? Impressive artwork is not always done on a tablet. I got some people that I watch on DeviantArt that you would swear they were, but they do it all by mouse, all of it. Which I just go, what?
Yeah, mouse.
And I got brainwashed by tablet.
No, seriously, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and dig that up while you guys keep talking.
Back
Okay.
when
Zeph, I was going to actually ask you, with your point about the art style with this, then the way you made it sound, would that almost say be influencing your art style with any other works you might do? It's just a curious question, I'm wondering.
A little bit.
We'll take that. No.
Actually, I definitely enjoy looking at all kinds of different art styles, and based on what I see, if I like it, I usually do try to incorporate it in what I draw. Keyword is try, but I look at stuff, and I look at a lot of different art styles, and that's a lot of how I get my own improvement when I'm not actually talking to some of my art people that I love talking to.
So no particular projects that might be influenced by that?
you are as subtle as a brick squad.
Actually, I'm more so.
Are you wanting me to?
I'm referencing something that no one really knows about. So.
Yeah. I understand what you're getting at, Squato, and maybe. Oh, there we go. Perfect picture right there. Hold on, let me pull it up here. Pull it up. Internet needs to work. Thank you. Alright, yeah. Check this out. Would you believe that this artist, right here, so I can find my Skype window, did this by... Shit, hang on.
He did this by shit.
Shit? That's amazing!
That's another song for the Xepharon CD. Hang on.
Okay, for those
Click the fucking
following
link.
along at home, it's http://tipony.deviantart.com/art/hellfire, with a capital H, dash 970536606.
Oh my god, it's a unicorn on fire!
It's a
My
bat.
child's dreams!
It's like
No,
it's like a shark with a laser. It's cool.
This is more like
It
a
was done-
nightmare. Like a Dungeons
Still-
and Dragons nightmare.
It is.
You know what? I think this one.
How did that project
You know what?
escape
This
from my
one
lap?
actually almost shooting fire. So yeah.
No, but the fact that it's done
There are
entirely
actually
by mouse
people
work.
The management would like to apologize for the excessive amount of feces used in the production of this podcast.
Okay, just because I said.
We're shoveling just a small mountain of it. Don't worry, we're clearing the blockage.
Just because what I said. Here, I got a better one. You don't have to link it to everybody. I just want you guys to look at it. Look at this, though. As soon as I can find my.
We're looking at things that you can't see because we don't want you to.
No,
Like
seriously,
we're evil.
that's done by mouse. She does a lot of horses and unicorns, but still, Tiponia is definitely an incredibly awesome artist, and it's all done by mouse.
Wow.
That's both a Pegasus
The
and a
hell
unicorn.
is that on the face?
Extra facial hair?
It's a
Signs of
splendid
masculinity,
creature.
Squato. So thank you,
Yes.
IceTigerLily. Xepharon, go.
I actually have a comic it's relatively short, relatively young, you might say. It's called, I'm probably going to butcher the name like I do everything else. Ginpu. Yeah, just Ginpu. Spelled GINPU.US. And that's the actual, that is the address, GINPU.US. Let me make sure that'll actually just take you to the site. Yeah, that'll do it. Anyway, this is a comic that, like I said, is relatively young. The art style on the very front page, as of today, is a little bit different than what the actual story goes. This is more of a flashback, so it looks kind of scratchy. It looks kind of, yeah.
Gartenish?
Yeah. Definitely an anthro comic, but everything I think like nearly every comic I've talked about actually has been. Anyway, the comic itself, as for the graphics and the story and whatnot, is actually fairly good. It really is. Most of it's been in black and white, actually. I'm actually looking for a page to be able to link to show as, but most of it's done in black and white. It's got pretty decent shading, pretty decent, a lot of things. Most of it looks like it's more in like the chibi format than anything. But as for the story itself, it's about, I guess what you might say a sort of evil plot of using an evil plot of a demigod to use genetics to be able to create offspring to, I don't know, do what exactly. The story's still young, but it's actually a fairly decent comic, really is. I'm terrible at explaining things.
So
There's a lot of
Hey! More than one of us are.
Yeah.
Okay, so young comic looks good according to Zeph. So, excuse me. Oh, there we
I'm
go.
actually looking it up right now, and from what I can see, it looks good. It's very, very chibi-like.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. Link. I'm using the Ubuntu interface, so I'm still getting used to a lot of things. Here you go. This is one of the pages. Actually, I very much like the cover of that.
Ginpu.us/2009/06/12/issue-1-cover.
I never understood why these links have to be so hideously long. But okay.
Oh, jeez.
But anyway,
That's
yeah, and
clever.
then you go to, yeah, and then yes, Star Wars. It looks kind of like a Star Wars reference. It really does. In fact, it is. But then you go on to the next page, and he's like super chibi.
Excessively so. Good lord.
No, there are times when it's not, though. The art style varies a little bit based on, I guess, the point in the story. Like when you get more serious stuff, oh, kitty. When you get more serious stuff, you actually go into more of a, I guess not realism, but it's more anime-ish crossed with realism. It's kind of hard to describe, but yeah. Go read it. Oh, they also have plushies of the characters, which are pretty cute, too.
Plushies make everything all better.
Yeah, I could link that to you.
Read it now.
So as to avoid being killed by my wife for causing things to run over far too long, doing a quick recap. Okay, we did some news, we did some discussion, we did some webcomic reviews, we're done.
Xepharon appeared out of nowhere.
Yes, he did. Okay, so...
We also locked our stupid Skype.
Yes. That's the
Oh,
Skype.
hey, did you do the little free advertisement thing that you were talking about before?
Not yet. We're about to do projects right now, and...
Oh, okay, right, sorry.
no, that's fine. That's a legitimate good question to ask. So, okay, so, Killerfish, project. What are you doing?
I'm currently doing artwork for the podcasts, and I'm also drinking beer.
Woo! Beer.
Beer, tiddly beer. A long time anyway. I have to sing that song one of these times. It's a good song.
Squato, project.
Doing.
Still vague.
Yes, his super secret project that he's not allowed to talk about.
Secret squirrel.
I'm still working behind the scenes on a lot of the website stuff for the order and the podcast and various other things. So keep an eye out for that. ITL, what are you working on?
I'm living on DA as per usual.
You're living
And
on
also,
DA.
Deviant art.
I live there.
And now is the time for Xepharon. Tell us about what you're doing.
Well, I got a couple things. First off, something I did. Looks cool. I just linked it to you. Picture I drew. I'm happy with it. All done in pencil. More importantly, though, I have been starting a business that I think I did bring up previously. That at the time I was along the stages of I'm trying, I'm wanting to, and we're hoping we might have this happen, could be, might be. Well, now we actually are. We're planning on opening the doors probably within about a week and a half from now, at most. That's the plan anyway. But we do have our funding. We have been actually doing a lot of renovations. We have been buying a lot of the equipment. So we've actually got counters installed, computers in the place. We just put chairs in there today. God, I feel like I'm narrating something out of The Sims. But
Just ignore the green diamonds floating above your head. It's nothing to do with me.
I am not controlling you. Well, yeah, I am. You will starve and you will catch the stove on fire and you will burn. No.
And we did not install a toilet.
So like I said, we're planning on being open in about a week and a half, and for anybody who are local, which with my luck, none of you are, but for anybody who are local, my store is located in the United States, in the state of Indiana, in the city of Elkhart, in a place called Concord Mall, right across from the Hallmark store. We are called 4th Edition. Yes, it is a tribute to Gary Gygax and Dungeons & Dragons.
Address for those of you who are interested in taking a look on a map where this is 3701 South Main Street, Elkhart, Indiana, 46517.
Funny how you can recite that, but I don't have that committed to memory yet.
I've got it on the screen.
I know.
Wait, you can put things on the screen? This is news to me.
If I could screen share, I could show you how I could draw fire on my screen, like, instantly. It's pretty cool. It's animated.
Ah.
Ubuntu is actually a pretty cool little... that's another project I'm working on. It kind of goes with the business itself. Because we're contemplating whether or not we want to use a Linux server as, like, our actual main server and whatnot for it, even though everything's going to be running off of Windows.
Well, this makes a fantastic segue into our sponsor, Shastrix, who does do web serving. You might want to talk to them about what they do, and perhaps they'd even host you.
It's likely they will, because they're very nice.
I might have to just go do that. But like I said, I've been playing with the Ubuntu interface, and I've actually been having a lot of fun with it. I really, really like what I see. My only complaint so far is that finding drivers and stuff to make it work just the way you want is time-consuming.
Pain in the ass. Oh, okay. So
it's actually not so much. But then again, I have a few people I'll be like, "Hey, you have the Ubuntu interface. Tell me how to do shit."
Go read.
If you need to be told how to do that,
nobody tells Squato that we can't really hear him anymore. It's actually letting us get stuff done.
I was going to say, with Linux users, at least you don't need to have the type that's like, oh, well, you can just make it yourself if you can't find it. That's what's all good about it. It's like, but you need now?
You need to know how to program, and I don't exactly. I am a wannabe artist, not a wannabe programmer.
Thank you for being on the show, IceTigerLily. It was a pleasure having you here. Next time you're on, I promise we will have a subject on which we can discuss.
The fact that she is a girl and there are girls on the plane. You have boobs?
No! Thank you, Xepharon, for
the power of boobs. Apparently, Seth.
Mustard. Whatever it is now.
Hey, remember, I'm working on that.
Boobs? V5 Homer? What?
Say goodnight, Xepharon.
Good night, Xepharon.
Say goodnight, Squato.
It's morning. Damn you to hell!
Say goodnight, Killerfish.
It's Saturday morning.
My evil army will soon take over your pitiful little world.
Goodbye, everybody.
Will you have sharks with
Wait. Say goodnight, IceTigerLily.
Yeah, sure. At least I want to laugh, why don't you?
Oh, she got us all! Good night, everybody.
When you're here by my side, you complete the two of us. You make the rules apply. It's a crazy world. In a twisted turn of reality, it's you and me. And I need you here to keep some sanity. We are but pawns in a faded game of cat and mouse. Maybe a couple of headshots thrown out here and there. This crazy world is all messed up, all in my hair. I've got you, I don't care. The power in my hand, the world at my command. But now all that I want is just to be your man. It's a crazy world. In a twisted turn of reality, it's you and me. And I need you here to keep some sanity. We are but pawns in a faded game of cat and mouse. Maybe a couple of guinea pigs thrown out here and there. This crazy world is all messed up in my head. I got you, I don't care.